Hey, Suke.
Hey, Dan. How's it going?
You're smiling, and I'm smiling because we know that you've just taught 12 straight lessons, and you're like completely frenzied. And yet, I grabbed you because we want to put a video up that describes this new class that you've created.
Right.
So you made your lead guitar basics. Everyone can go check that class out to know what's in that. And you've got these people with monster technique coming out of the class.
Yeah.
But what did they want even more that made you want to give them a new class?
Basically it was just the real world out there that's they're trying to put solos together in a song situation. They are told to play over a couple chords, take a solo. What do you do? How do you know what to do with this pattern you've been playing for a while? How to exploit that, move it around, and even play changes, moving scales to change chords so you can bring out that sound in your solos.
So it's the difference between knowing the scales and the techniques properly and being able to comfortably and confidently apply them in the real world. That's what you're talking about.
Absolutely. Right? And not only get in the door and have something that sounds passable, but actually have some choices to how you want to sound. Do you want a kind of major or even a more of a bluesier sound? And then even again evolving with different chords as you progress, soloing over those different changes, different styles, different approaches, how to build solos, stuff like that.
And I love how you set this class up. You've got 7 original tunes that your students can play on their CD or they can listen to them online. And you've used each of these songs as kind of a lens for something that they need to be able to do in the real world. And we don't have time to go over all 7, but one of them was playing over changes, right? Can you describe that a little bit?
Well, I liked your term with a different lens. And each song is like a vehicle that we use that were hurdles that I had growing up, playing and learning how to solo over these things. One was playing over a 12-bar blues. Going from, if you're playing over a G7 chord, playing a bluesy approach is the minor pentatonic. You play the 4 chord, and you can go to a major pentatonic for that chord. And bring out the sound of that specific chord versus the first chord you played. And we do that through all the songs. We talk about how to play over the changes and bring out the sounds of the chords as you go, as an option for what you want.
And you're starting with that blues because if you can play over changes there, now you can play in any context.
Absolutely. People always hear that blues are a great vehicle for that. There's actually 2 variations of a blues. We do the major blues and a minor blues. We do in the chorus as another track. They're absolutely the vehicles and gateways to learning how to play over changes and evolve as a player, as well as being the most universal song there is out there.
Another thing you addressed, which used to drive me nuts when I was getting out there for the first time. What do you do when you're in some jam situation and it's a 1-chord song? It would seem easy because you just play the same scale, but it ends up sounding so stale. What do you do?
Right. That's the hardest thing. How do you build your ideas? How do you evolve a solo to keep it interesting so you don't just play a Stevie Ray lick, a little exercise your buddy showed you, and then do the same thing over again if you're not sure what to do? So we talk about how to build and construct your ideas. Taking a simple little phrase and maybe amending it at a time. Play it again. And then maybe change a little bit to end it. And how to take that and stack each one layer after layer and evolve that into a solo so your little phrases become sentences and sentences become paragraphs and we construct a little longevity throughout our solo.
You're saying something. It's not just random notes.
Exactly.
You've got something to say.
Exactly.
Well, I love this class. The people who have taken this class have really loved it.
We've had a great success.
And that's just a couple of the things you're covering in that class. Thank you so much for telling us.
Thanks, guys. Absolutely. Hope to see you in the class. See you guys.